Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, Universal TV. There are places in this world where time slows down, where the air feels heavier, where every sound echoes against cold stone walls. These places are designed to crush the human spirit. They are called prisons. But for one man, prison wasn't the end. It was just a challenge, a puzzle waiting to be solved. His name, Joaquín Guzmán Loera, better known as El Chapo, the man who made history by escaping from two of the world's most secure prisons without a single bullet fired. What you're about to hear is not fiction. It's not a movie plot. It's the true story of the most daring, most unbelievable, most brilliant prison escape the world has ever seen. Joaquín Guzmán was born into poverty. In the remote hills of Badiraguado, Sinaloa, a rugged, sun-scorched region in Mexico, children grew up fast. There were no playgrounds, no libraries, just fields of marijuana and opium poppies. From an early age, El Chapo understood the law of the land. Either you grow drugs or you go hungry. By his teenage years, he was already working for local drug lords, quiet, focused, watching everything, learning how power worked. Not just with guns, but with money and manipulation. He climbed fast, not through brute force, but by being smarter than everyone else in the room. He eventually founded the Sinaloa cartel, a vast empire stretching across continents. He didn't just move drugs. He built submarines to carry them, carved tunnels beneath borders, and used encrypted phones before most people even knew what encryption was. But every king draws the attention of an enemy. For El Chapo, it was law enforcement. And in 1993, they finally caught him in Guatemala. It seemed like the end, but it was only the beginning. He was extradited to Mexico and locked inside Puente Grande, a maximum security facility with armed guards, steel gates, and concrete silence. But El Chapo didn't panic. He adapted. Slowly, quietly, he began to reshape the prison. Not with tools or weapons, but with favors, bribes, and loyalty. Over the months, guards began to turn a blind eye. Some took money, others were promised protection for their families. El Chapo turned his cell into a base of operations. He walked freely through the corridors. He dined with officials. He conducted cartel business from behind bars. Then came 2001, the day that would turn him into legend. It was quiet, a normal prison day. At some point, El Chapo walked into the laundry room. Moments later, he was gone. No alarms, no struggle, no sign of violence. He had hidden inside a laundry cart and was wheeled out by a trusted worker. One of the world's most dangerous men simply rolled out the front door. For 13 years, El Chapo became a phantom. He moved constantly, changing safe houses, hiding in the mountains, using secret passageways and underground tunnels. Entire villages protected him. To some, he was a villain. To others, a folk hero who provided money, medicine, and security in places the government ignored. He escaped raids with minutes to spare. In one case, Marines stormed his house, only to discover a hidden hatch beneath a bathtub, leading to a maze of underground tunnels stretching for miles. He slipped through it like smoke, always just out of reach. Despite his infamy, he gave interviews, met celebrities, and even tried to film a biopic about his life. But his boldness became his weakness. In 2014, after relentless intelligence gathering, he was finally caught again in a seaside city. This time, they said, there would be no escape. Altiplano Prison, the most secure facility in Mexico, built with escape in mind. Cameras monitored every inch. Sensors lined the floors. Prisoners were under constant watch. There was no privacy, no visitors, no contact, no noise. His cell was inspected every 15 minutes. Even the shower had no blind spots, or so they thought. But what guards didn't realize was that far beneath their feet, a different plan was taking shape. A secret engineering project had begun. one of the most daring and complex prison escapes ever attempted. From a property over a mile away, engineers began digging, slowly, precisely. They mapped the prison's blueprints, calculated depths, installed ventilation systems, lights, a rail track, a modified motorcycle to ride through the tunnel. All of it for one man. Then on the night of July 11th, 2015, El Chapo entered the shower area of his cell, the one place not covered by cameras. He knelt down and disappeared through a hole in the floor. By the time the guards reacted, he was already gone. The tunnel was over a mile long. It ended in a half-built house surrounded by farmland. Inside that tunnel, everything had been prepared, down to the last bolt. The world was stunned. 2 escapes, 2 embarrassments. Political leaders were furious. Critics accused the government of corruption. The public laughed in disbelief. How could one man outsmart an entire justice system twice? The Mexican government scrambled to save face. Heads rolled. Officials resigned. International pressure mounted. U.S. authorities demanded his extradition, warning that if he escaped again, it would be unforgivable. A $5 million reward was offered. Every move was tracked, every call monitored. And finally, after 6 more months on the run, a single mistake led them to him. A meeting arranged to discuss a film deal gave away his location. In January 2016, Marines stormed a house in Los Mochis. Explosions shook the building. Bullets ripped through walls. The gunfight was brief, and when the smoke cleared, there he was, on his knees, handcuffed, quiet. This time there were no favors, no tunnels, no friendly guards. He was transferred immediately to a secure location. Within a year, he was flown to the United States, far from the mountains of Sinaloa, far from his people. His final destination, a DX Florence, known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, a supermax prison where no one escapes, a place designed to break the most dangerous men alive. There he spends 23 hours a day in a small windowless cell, alone, silent, forgotten. El Chapo's story is not just about crime, it's about obsession, about genius used for destruction, about a man who refused to be caged, a mind that saw walls as puzzles, guards as tools, and rules as illusions. In a world where prisons are designed to be unbreakable, El Chapo proved that anything built by humans can be broken by humans. He escaped twice, outsmarted systems designed to stop him, and even now, locked inside the tightest cell imaginable, the question remains, what if he tries again? If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more unbelievable true stories from around the world. This is Universal TV, where mystery meets reality.